Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday's live stream. How are you? Rolling up my sleeves, getting ready to answer your questions. If you're new here, I live stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific and every Sunday for Soothing Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific. And I have one of the questions already lined up. Let me put this down. Excellent questions on Sunday. If you haven't watched Sunday's live stream, definitely do that. There were so many good questions. And of course, I'll always post highlights from all of the questions that you guys have. So I'm just going to pull up some questions here. That I'm looking through. One of the comments is only people whose parents are narcissistic can actually wrap their heads around this truth. And this is from a video I did about the fact that narcissistic parents don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to do well. And a lot of times they envy it and resent it. And it's so sad. And so that's what that person was commenting on, that like, yeah, only people that come from that like really understand that. And I think logically some people can understand it, but it's like this little straggler. Anyway, but a lot of people, if you haven't experienced it, it sounds shocking. Like really your parents don't want the best for you, or you've had your parents actively, one or both of your parents actively try to sabotage you. Yeah, that's how bad it is. And also remember that narcissists, sorry, my throat is a little, narcissists hate when you're happy. So if you are experiencing any type of joy, like like you've achieved something, they're not happy about that. And especially with their kids, if their kids succeed in some way, then it's like an attack on them, because it's also like, oh, well, you're a reflection, or you're reminding me of all of the ways I failed, because everything is about the narcissist, and in this case, the narcissistic parent. So even when a child is succeeding at something, the narcissist takes it as an attack. And that's why they are comforted and feel good and feel relieved when you are not doing well, or you aren't or you've failed at something. They actually like that. Remember, like narcissists actually feel relief when you're in pain, because they refuse to digest and process their own guilt and shame and all the horrible feelings that they have about themselves. So they project it on to the people that are closest to them. While the people that are strangers, they get the best side of that narcissist. And that's why the narcissist does that, because they need that praise supply. So with new people or people that aren't as close, they're like, oh, they probably think the narcissist is great. So the narcissist gets its praise and adoration supply from those people. Meanwhile, you are the punching bag, the one that gets all of their emotional slop like thrown up on, and you just always feel like shit. So this is why these people, it's hard to be around them, and eventually you get to stop enabling them or being supply for them, unfortunately. So yeah, a lot of these questions I went over already. So let me pull up this other question that was from last time, which is when the toxic personality types starts spreading rumors about you, or gets others to think you are the toxic one. So it's like the flying monkey thing, the flying monkeys theory. And it's not a theory, it's a real thing. So toxic people, instead of taking responsibility, or if it's going to be found out that they've done something, they will completely twist it and make you look like the bad one, or like it's your fault for something that they did. And they will start a smear campaign to get everyone that will listen to them to convince them that you're the bad one or you're the one that did something wrong. And you could have just been calling them out on their toxic behavior, their abusive behavior. You are forced to justify to other people that what they said was false or give them an explanation or otherwise. And that is what's so difficult with flying monkeys. And then with any type of toxic person, any person that refuses to take accountability for their behavior, is that we start falling into jade, which is justify, argue, defend, explain. And it's like so tempting to. So remember, as counterintuitive as it sounds, you want to stay away from jade, justifying, arguing, defending, explaining. And sometimes with um, I'm going to go over the 3 types of flying monkeys because people do fall into different categories, but you want to stay away from that because the narcissist, that's all they care about, not taking accountability for anything and then keeping the drama going. Because if you're hooked in emotionally, if you're giving them a reaction, that is what they want. They thrive off of that and they like that. They want your energy in any form that they can get it. So we want to stay away from justify, argue, defend, explain as much as we can. But there are 3 types of flying monkeys, give or take. And one of them is just like really doesn't know the narcissist that well. This is the only way this could happen. And they just genuinely thought that because they know the narcissist from a distance, or they just think that the narcissist is amazing. Like I just said, they're a form of supply where they don't really know the narcissist. So they're like, oh, you're great. And, so the narcissist likes them in that way. And they're genuinely like, whoa, I didn't know that. So, and those type of flying monkeys are kind of like the least harm or the most harmless. They're, so because they just don't know. So you can inform them and be like, actually, this is what happened to me. And I know that you're seeing this side of this person right now, but this is actually like the full story type of thing. You could say something brief like that. That is the only time I would recommend giving any type of energy in form of justifying, arguing, defending, explaining, or even engaging with the flying monkeys, because we don't want to give it energy. And even if you do, you'll be accused of being a liar or crazy or just so emotional. It just won't work in your favor. Then there's the type of flying monkey who knows the truth about the narcissist, but is like, oh, well, I just want to keep the peace. And, can't you be the bigger person, or can't we all get along type of thing. And I think that this is the most dangerous. I was going to say the most dangerous, but like, especially if a parent is doing that to a child with another narcissistic parent. So one of the parents is in the middle, and they know that the narcissistic parent is wrong, but they're like, okay, well, just for the peace and like blah, blah. So it's like, you're telling your child you're not going to honor the child's experience in truth in order to protect the narcissistic parent, because you don't want them to get, rageful or get all like resentful or anything, which they're going to do anyway. So, that's what I don't like about that. And if these people are doing this like in a friend situation, I don't think those people are your friends. I know this is hard to hear, but if you have some narcissist that's spreading all these rumors and you have a friend that knows the truth and is still kind of going along with it, or just saying, oh, just let it blow over, that's not your friend. That's a coward, and that's not your friend. And I would suggest releasing people like that and having friends that are supportive and protective of you. I think that that's like what real community is about. So, and then the flying monkey that is the most obvious and maybe most annoying is the one that likes it. So likes every time that the narcissist stirs up some drama, is happy to like get in on it, and like kind of like kisses up to the narcissist. And it's like, oh, look who I told, or yeah, blah, blah. And like, look how I got your smear campaign even more smeared, and like really wants that validation from the narcissist. And so all of it is toxic, right? All of it is not good for you. And so I would recommend staying away from all of it. And as tempting as it is, do not give it energy. It really is true that people always play themselves out. The truth always surfaces, especially in, today's age with I don't know if it's just because it's the information age and just the truth is speeding up and like narcissists more than ever are getting found out at a rapid rate. You can't like hide it for that long. And I do think that it's because the frequency of like the earth and people and like we're just evolving and healing and vibrating higher. So these people will play themselves out. I know it's like so it can be frustrating when you're like, "Oh, they're lying." But trust me, it is worth it to just stay out of it. And like I always tell you, go where the love is. Go where the love is. I'm gonna read some of your comments. Hi, Jabari, how are you? Um, let's see. Hi, Lauren and community. My plans changed. I ended up doing more sales calls. Nice. And missed the gig. Then my mom and I showed up late for another. Oh, nice, nice. Well, glad to have you here, Jabari. Very good. Any other wins to celebrate? And by the way, if you're new here, I go live twice a week and we celebrate our wins, like just even if it's a small win, and a win is just like maybe some behavior modification that's moving you closer to the person you want to be, the thing you want to do, or what you want to have. And we want to celebrate all of those actions towards that because it really does change your brain chemistry and it really does rewire your brain because people are literally addicted. And this can be an addiction that you're not even aware of. People are literally addicted to keeping themselves stuck and in sabotage mode without knowing it because why you're so hard on yourself and you're focused on, okay, well, I did that, but then you should be doing this and you should be doing that. It's like, hey, how about you be nice to yourself? Right. And how about and it's beyond being nice to yourself. It's like giving energy to what's going right. Whatever you give energy to expands and you get more of. So it is worth it as often as you can to celebrate your wins. I reacted differently. Oh, I didn't judge myself for sleeping in. I went to bed a little bit early. Or went to bed earlier than usual. I had I met all my water goals for today, my water intake goals, whatever it is. Hi, Big Pontiac. So if you have any wins to celebrate, please put them in the chat. Catching your live. Yes, your motivation helped me be more understanding of my wife. Yeah. And I hope, Big Pontiac, that it also helped you understand yourself and that you're able to also um, take care of yourself, right? Because sometimes when we're so focused on someone else, we just want someone else's behavior to change or like at least be able to cope with it, understand how to cope with it. We put ourselves in the back burner. We accidentally or unconsciously abandon ourselves in the process of either trying to help someone else or deal with the toxicity because we're in such a high cortisol state. So I also hope that you are able to give yourself some attention and energy and love and support because we're here for you for that, for sure. Lauren, I'm good, Lauren, plus a little sleepy. Thanks for asking. I'm good too. Thank you for asking. So yeah, and then also if you have any goals, especially on Sundays, we set intentions for the week. But I really think, and I really mean this, like every time you breathe, every second that goes by, you're a new person, right? So you can set a new goal, a new intention anytime. And to just know that like really the past doesn't exist. Right now, this present moment is all you have. And so can you make the most of it? Can you actually be in the present moment first of all? Are you living in the past? And if you are focused on the past, you're literally keeping something alive that doesn't exist anymore. So can you bring all of your attention and awareness to the present moment? And what can you do in the present moment to be the best version of yourself? What can you do in the present moment that is actually going to serve you the best? Really think about that because sometimes it's counterintuitive. Sometimes we haven't even thought about that because we're putting out everyone else's needs first. So what like actually in this moment would be best for you? Maybe it's taking a nap. Maybe it's going to bed. Maybe it's starting that thing that you've been saying you're going to start. Even if it's working on it for 5 minutes and giving energy to that so you don't wake up tomorrow or another hour goes by and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get to that and you haven't. So it's one of those things. And I just did I just made a clip, which was from Sunday's live stream, about consistently showing up for yourself. And it really is such an act of self-love and self-respect that I feel like is often overlooked, how important you are. And like, if you have a desire, whatever it is, whatever that desire or goal is, it's meant for you to have. Like, God placed it in your heart for you to have, and is saying, here, I'm going to give you this desire and make you feel excited about it because it's yours. So that requires like consistently showing up for ourselves, and also just like consistently believing that we're worthy. Also, that mindset, that self-concept shift we talked about. Jabari, good question. Wins. We're close to 3 partnerships. Nice, Jabari. Love that. Plus, fellow business owners answered the phone today. Nice. For Dime Squad Media Partnership. Nice. Love it. We're finding ways to make sure fellow business owners win our gala. Nice. These are all very nice. And if you're new here, Jabari has like some business goals he's been working on. And every time you're celebrating a win, it seems like something connected to that. So yes, we're sending you amazing energy, and your business is going to be better than ever. So exciting. Ian Hayesdine. Thanking God every day for every day. Thanking God for every day heals us. It healed me 10 years ago from waking up and not wanting to be here. Yes. We talk about that a lot on this channel. You know, being grateful, and especially if you are connected to God, a higher power, whatever you call your higher power, and being so appreciative and being so thankful of everything. The fact, I mean, maybe it's like, okay, I have this clean water that I could drink. I can breathe. I can, whatever it is. And we could just take these little baby steps of gratitude, and it will amplify and amplify. Gratitude is an energy amplifier. So, and it just amplifies everything around you. If you have $2 in your bank account, I want you to be so grateful for those $2 and watch them grow, watch them amplify and multiply. That is the power of gratitude. So yeah, Ian, definitely. We always are grateful for everything up in these streets of my channel. Excuse me. Grateful. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Lauren. We're grateful. I appreciate all the positive energy, sending it right back. Yeah, thank you. I receive that positive energy. And that's another thing I talk to you guys about, but it's never worth not, or it's never, it's always worth repeating, is what I'm going to say, is that being able to receive, right? To receive, like, you can't be like, oh, I want this. I want a supportive relationship, and I want all these like amazing things from work, but then be in a place where you can't receive them, which is primarily your ability and belief to know that you're worthy of it. And by the way, you are worthy of whatever you want just because you exist. You know, and like, really, your desires were divinely placed in your heart by God. So you're meant to have them. You are inherently worthy of your desires just because you exist. Sorry, I feel like there's something in my eye. And so starting from there, it's going to be a lot easier to manifest, to receive what you want. But if you're like, oh, it's like an energy push and pull. It's kind of like, okay, I want to be here in my career and make this amount of money and have this type of relationship, but it's like, oh, well, that's not for me, or that's so hard to find, or this, like, and you keep thinking all of these scarcity thoughts. And by the way, scarcity is not real, right? God doesn't say, hey, like, you're supposed to have all these things, but there's scarcity. There's no mention of that in any form of, like, you know, anything. Like, scarcity doesn't exist, but our ego and our man-made fears make scarcity exist, right? And that makes you buy shit, and that makes you do things that maybe you wouldn't do under normal circumstances if you just always just trusted that things were meant for you and were to work out for you perfectly, right? And so scarcity is a way to manipulate and control people, but it's not real and it doesn't exist. So having said that, if you are coming from that place, it's going to be more difficult. And sometimes that is the journey. And that's the journey to align with God and your higher power, and to know that, like, yeah, I'm worthy of my desires, and I'm worthy of having anything I want. And that desire, that means it's mine. And if I want this type of relationship, that means I get to have it. So just saying that. I'm not sorry, I have something in my eye. Um, let's see. Sending gratitude to the universe. Yes, always sending gratitude. Let's see here. Worthiness, yeah, so worthiness, it could be as hard as you want it to be. So when you're working on anything, like increasing your worthiness, around anything in your life, I would definitely start by stop saying that it's hard, because if you're telling yourself the story, this is hard, what's it gonna do? It's gonna make it more difficult, because your brain, especially your unconscious mind, it just says, "Yes, okay, okay." It doesn't know, right? Like your other parts of your mind, like your prefrontal cortex understand like reason and logic, and it's like, "Okay, my inner critic or whatever, maybe that's not true." But if we continue to tell ourselves something's hard, it's just gonna take longer. And I want you guys to have everything you want as fast as possible. So instead of saying it's hard, can we reframe it to, you know what? It's been difficult for me in the past, but I'm just going to allow it to be easy now. I don't know how, but I'm just going to allow it to be easy now. Um, and coming from that place, I'm like looking at my eye because, okay, I don't see it. Sorry, I just felt like something was in my eye. But anyway, so if we could come from a place of, you know what? Yeah, I've struggled with that in the past, but I'm gonna leave the past in the past. And from this moment forward, from today, whatever hour it is, I am deciding that think that comes easy to me, that love is easy to me, that money just it comes to me very easily because opportunities are always lining up for me because I'm super talented, or I just get to have what I have, or I get to have what I want because I'm me. Just deciding that the story is different now, right? Exactly. Um Michael says it's best to have high functioning endohypnosis. Okay. Yeah, you just want a high functioning brain. This is not a religious channel. Like, so I talk about psychology and how it intersects with spirituality and quantum physics and neuroscience, but I don't read Bible quotes. Let me know if you have any questions about mental health. Um, and relationships, personality disorders, your healing journey. Um, Toad says, "You're absolutely right. Multiple failouts with EMDR was asking me what what does one try next? Other than sacred plant medicine, of course. Reality transurfing, manifestation is real." Yeah, so my thing with EMDR, I just think it got really overused. Like people discovered EMDR and like therapists, they're like, "Oh, get trained in EMDR and you can make a lot more money and it cures everything." And that's not the case. And in fact, now that they're doing more studies on the brain and all the hype has calmed down, it's actually not good. You know, you can do it if it's like you have one specific trauma around something like, I don't know, you fell off your bike and you want to fix that one specific thing. But if you have something like complex PTSD, from like, let's say just a chaotic childhood. So it was just like abusive parents. So that means like over the span of years, like it was just trauma in different ways. That's what complex PTSD is. EMDR is not for that. It's not for that. It will make things worse. That's why you hear so many people say, "I did an EMDR and it made it worse," because it did. And you know, I just think there are a lot of irresponsible practitioners out there who want to be like, instead of actually understanding and really, I almost think it's like an art to do therapy correctly, because you have to sit with the person across from you and listen and really, and like listening is a very like sacred thing if you're doing it correctly, and really understand and like feel this person's energy and then help them to in the way that's most beneficial to them. So some people CBT is going to work really well. For some people DBT, for some people inner child work, and like so meeting someone where they are. So what a lot of these lazy therapists did is like, "Oh, okay, I got an EMDR certification and it cures everything." Bitch, no, it doesn't. And it makes things worse. So again, if you have a specific thing, like you fell off your bike or something, like one specific trauma, or you have like a phobia, like one specific thing, try EMDR if you want to. But I think there are better modalities. And because when you're dealing with those things, you're rewiring the brain, but you can also accidentally do the opposite. So we don't want to do that. Oh, hey, Bob. There you are. Sorry I'm so late. No, you're fine. I was trying to activate a new phone and something went wrong and I've been at the store. Oh God, I hate that. Are you home? Are you okay now, Bob? I hate like when stuff like that happens. Like that happened to my when I got my new phone. It was just like I don't have time for this. I just need it to work. Um Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't talking about you, Jabari. I was talking someone was asking me to read a Bible quote, and I was just saying that, we talk about spirituality here, but I'm not gonna get out my Bible and read Bible quotes. Um, yes, I love Jesus. Yeah, and, like, no, you guys can talk amongst each other in the comments. I'm just saying that I'm not going to read Bible quotes, just so you know, but I want you guys to support each other and, we love God, we love Jesus up in here. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm home now, but still no service. Ah, at least there's Wi-Fi. Positive silver lining. Bob, you have a great attitude towards everything. Between the freaking DMV and now this, it's you have a great attitude um, towards everything, and that will get you far. And also, that's a great way to manifest. Being like, okay, I know everything's gonna fall into place. I'm telling you, it's one of the most sometimes counterintuitive thing because we've been learned to like, oh, we need to be in control of everything and we need to just be afraid, blah blah. When I really learned and really, but it's not even learned because you can learn something by hearing it once. But when I really started to integrate the fact that okay, I want something. Maybe I needed to show up by a certain time, and it's like there's no evidence that it's going to show up on that time, and I just say, you know what, I put it out there. I need to have it by this certain time, so it's gonna show up, and I can just relax and like it's already done. It's mine. Like Neville Goddard says, creation is finished. So it's like, okay, put something into my mind, and it's gonna come to fruition. Because really, that is how the universe works. That's how energy works, and your manifestations can be instant. And you know that because especially if you have no resistance to it, if you're not like, oh, I'm frustrated, where is it? Or like, is it going to come? How? I hope. Like, if you're just like, oh, I want it, I got it type of thing, it can come in really quickly. And you probably know this because you've thought of something and then it pops right up. You thought of someone and then they call. This has happened to you at some point in your life without you even knowing it, but it has. So if you can just do that all the time and have a good attitude with the bumps in the road, it makes everything a lot easier. Um, Jabari, Bob, I agree with Lauren about positive mindset. Glad your Wi-Fi is on. That is a silver lining. Fam is doing well. Thanks for asking. It's either the silver lining or be miserable. Yes, and you choose the silver lining, Bob says. I love it. Um, time to shine. It really is. I really do feel like it's in the air and like all of my I don't know if any of you guys felt this energy, but like the vast majority of my clients and me, even though I woke up with like a sore throat, like I just was like, I just feel like the energy, whatever's going on with the planets and Leo season or whatever, like it just feels good. It's like, yes, everything is going well and in a good place and off to a good start. And there's like this energy of like feeling inspired and it's time to shine. It's time to, whatever it is that you want to be, do, or have, like you get to have that. And I don't know, there's just this like very elevated high vibe energy I'm picking up on. Do any of you guys are any of you guys picking up on it? Love that everyone's family is doing well. Bob, when are you moving to Texas? I was just randomly thinking about that. Yes, today has been great. Former stoner says, Leviathan? How do I pronounce that? I'm just gonna call you Levi. I think and feel no one should ever be alone. Should be a mandatory thing, at least one friend. Yeah, we have to decide that we are worthy of having good, supportive, solid friends, right? And it's that thing of like, I am worthy of having a supportive, loving, stable, healthy support system. And so that's what I'm going to attract. I'm going to attract those type of people. In a couple weeks, probably leaving like the 22nd. Damn, that's soon. Levi, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a big thing because I feel like sometimes people, and it's okay if it's a phase that you're going through, if you've just been, like, in a breakup and it's like, "Fuck it, fuck love, fuck everyone," or, you've had a bad experience with friends and then you're like, "Well, fuck it." No. How about the fact that those toxic people are clearing out of your life, and we can, everyone's a teacher, everyone's a mirror. So if you had a relationship or a friendship or a work situation dynamic not work out, what did you learn from that? That's what we want to do. We don't want to be like, oh yeah, fuck those people, and then have this bad attitude about it and stay stuck in that anger energy. We want anger to motivate us and move us up the vibrational scale. So it's kind of like, okay, what did I learn from this? And what is this person teaching me that I want, need, and deserve from a relationship, from a friendship, from a romantic relationship, from a work situation? They're a mirror. So what have I learned about myself? And if you saw something in someone that you didn't like, or you were treated a certain way, that is an invitation for you to elevate your standards. That is a it's a it's showing you that somewhere, consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, you were available to be treated a certain way or settle for something. And it's like, no, if you're getting irritated, great. I love that. Or frustrated, wonderful. I love that. It's inviting you to no longer tolerate that and to literally have better standards for yourself and how you're treated and what you put up with and what support looks like, what love looks like. Okay? It's exciting. So we get so focused on the fact that, oh, they're terrible, or this happened to me and now everyone sucks, or I'll never have good friends, or like work sucks, or it's like, no, it's showing you that you get to have something even better, and something better is waiting for you. That's what it is. Please remember that. I know it's so tempting to get stuck in the minutia of like, oh man, not that person. Forget them. Okay. They're in the past. Everyone's a mirror, and everyone's, if you want to get like, like more quantum physics about it, everyone's a reflection of you. Right. So what did you learn from that? And how can you elevate from that experience? Let's see here. A lesson or a blessing. Yes, I think everyone is a lesson and a blessing, even if they don't seem like it. Oh, your girlfriend's family's down there. That's nice. That's really nice. So you could move to Texas and then have your farm and your chickens and your kids, and then the in-laws can watch them. I'm seeing this vision come together for you, Bob. It's looking good. Um, Houston should be a wild time. Yeah. I like the people in Houston are really nice, and the food was really good when I went there. Never take back someone from the past. Yeah, I mean, I think that's true, especially if they're your ex, that's you typically like 99% of the time, that's the best thing, unless they've really changed and really evolved. Sometimes people need time apart to evolve, and then they could come back together, but both people really be like better have worked on themselves. But typically the past is, we're supposed to leave the past in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Jabari, whoa, cool. We can meet up sometime. My mom and I live in Cedar Park. Oh my gosh. That would be so nice if you guys met up. Aw, how sweet. I'm glad I asked. Yes. Wow, Bob, you're gonna be joining us from Texas soon. So that's like, I think you're gonna be one time zone over. So now you'll only be 2 hours. That's so cool. I'm excited for you, Bob. Bob's our moderator if you're new here. Say hi to Bob. That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. And so, yeah, if you're new here, we also like support each other and support each other's goals and all of that. We're friendly up in here. Yes, that is so cool. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions about relationships, personality disorders, anything like that? You've never been down south? Oh, yeah. You gotta explore the South, man. You know where else you should go is New Orleans. That's where my people are from. But and the best month I think to go to New Orleans is in October because the city celebrates Halloween literally all month of October. The weather's nice. It's like this cool, like warm type of breeze, but it's not. Food is amazing. So, but you're gonna have a lot to explore just in Texas. Did you know that Texas is the size of England? Yeah, I think it's the size of England. That's crazy if you think about it. Like, all of Europe could like fit in one part of the United States. Like we forget how big this country is. So much to see. We're lucky to live here. I'm passing through New Orleans on the way, taking an oh, nice. How fun. That is so fun. I'm excited for you. Nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely stop in New Orleans. Have some good food. The host with the most, you're enough. Yes. You are enough. You're always enough. And if you do come from an abusive home, the we learn that, or we're told, we have a false belief that you're either too much or not enough. Too much or not enough. If you had any type of abusive caretakers, you always felt that you were probably too much or not enough. And so the process of healing, it often involves reparenting yourself, but the whole evolution and the whole journey of healing is understanding that you're always enough. And once you do that, you get out of this scarcity mentality, and that scarcity mentality stops being reflected in your relationships. It stops being reflected in your relationship with money, at work, and even in your spirituality, because sometimes people, the relationship they have with their primary caregivers, typically your parents, they project that onto God. And so it's like, I'm not even enough for God. God is, probably disappointed in me. And that's why I'm not getting what I want from God. It's like this whole thing when really it's just you projecting that conscious and unconscious belief that I'm not enough. And it's showing up in every area of your life where there's not enough of anything. So trauma is this whole beautiful journey of getting out of and releasing any type of scarcity mentality or scarcity mode, survival mode, because really when you come from trauma, you're in survival. As a child, you're scared, you're just in survival mode. And then when we're adults, we are still in survival mode and we don't know why, because our nervous system was programmed to be that way. So when we could tell ourselves, this is where inner child work is so beautiful and very effective, like immediately effective, you could tell those different parts of ourselves, the 8-year-old version, the 10-year-old version, hey, you're safe now. I know it was really scary and you had to be in survival mode and scared all the time, but now it's 2026 and I'm taking care of you and I'm going to make sure you're safe. You could say that to the teenage version of yourself and the 6-year-old version of yourself. And that will calm down your nervous system and that will regulate you so much more than just saying, hey, like you're good enough or just snap out of it, because those parts of us are still alive. So if we can tend to them properly and give them the love and support and safety and security and stability that they need, it is amazing how fast it rewires the brain. So, and you really start to really know on every level that you are enough And then what happens? Oh, all of a sudden these opportunities come in and now I have more than enough money and I have savings and I have this wonderful relationship with this really stable, loving person. And my community is so great. I used to have these like shitty, really unstable friends. And now I have this beautiful community of people. It just starts to come together when we incorporate the truth that we are enough. You are enough. And I love you. Um, let's see, where did I leave off? Boston to Houston was a big change. I'm glad you're moving here with your girlfriend and that her family is in Texas. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the change of scenery and culture. Um, did I miss anything? Okay. Well, okay, let me know if you guys have any other questions about mental health, relationships, personality disorders. I'm going to well, I always try to keep it like an hour because it's later for Bob, but also Um, yeah, actually my throat is feeling like a lot better than it was this morning. I was like, "Oh, I can't talk this morning," but it is. And also sorry for No, you're not. I like when you guys talk. Um, um, love you too. No, I like when you guys talk and communicate. That's why and let me know if you guys have any other thoughts about the Discord, because, like, for instance, something like this, like, it's nice my vision is that we're also, like, in Discord, like, supporting each other's goals, and, like, the community extends there too, and it's a place where, we could not just, like, help keep each other accountable, but just more like being supportive, you know? I just really like that idea of being supportive. And, I'm always telling you guys in videos as often as possible, like, you're not alone. When we're healing, when we're going through something tough, it could feel like you're alone. And I want you to know that you are always loved and supported and you are not alone. So um, I like the idea of like that being in a community. And then, there'll be like different levels to it, like I was saying, where we could have different conversations for different things but I don't know. In my spare time, which isn't that much, I think about it and I just see it being a supportive community. But yeah, let me know if you what you guys think about it. Or if not, we don't have to do it. Uh we're all in this together. I don't know who Ella Langley is. Mm, excuse me. Okay, let me know if you have any questions about mental health or anything like that. I'm gonna wrap up soon just to save my throat a little bit. Um, and I answered the questions. If you're just joining, I was talking about the flying monkey question that No Cap had, about just like when toxic people, have enablers and people that will just believe their lies, and it can be frustrating, especially if it's directed towards you. Let it pass. Let it pass, even though it's difficult. Is it bad that I immediately think of High School Musical when I hear that? Hear what? Is High School Musical a movie? I think it is. I'm so bad with movies. You guys, one of my clients was like, "Oh yeah, this guy, this comedian, he's like almost as big as Fluffy, like in terms of popularity." And I didn't know who Fluffy was. I still don't know who Fluffy is. Like, uh, I'm gonna look up Fluffy comedian like before I go to bed tonight because I need. Hi Joe, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to have you here. Oh, we're all in this together. Yes, we are. Um, and you are not alone, and you are always loved and supported. Hi, Joe. You have any questions, or what are your wins for the week? Anything that it could be big or small, because nothing's big or small, but sometimes we think that about ourselves. But do you have any wins for the week to celebrate? Anything you're working towards? Any intentions that you have? Great to see you too. Yeah, it was one of those early 2000s musicals. One of my exes was big on it. Oh, I usually like musicals, but I don't know that one. Hi, Lauren. I had to. Hi, Abel. How are you? Any wins for the week to celebrate? Anything that you are proud of or grateful for? Because we want to give that energy. Because what happens when we get that energy? We get more of it. Okay. So, yeah, let me know. And let me know how you're doing, because that's nice too. I like knowing how you guys are. And what else? What else is going on up in here? I'm looking at this. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I had a win today. Interesting you mentioned. What is it, Abel? Tell us. Rehearsing my songs I wrote and looking. Joe says, rehearsing my songs I wrote and looking to get them. Nice. Love that. Yes. You will get them copywritten quickly. Okay, we're sending out the vibes for you. Tell us what your win is, Abel. I'm assuming you're typing. So, because we want to be supportive of that. We love that. I'm looking here. I'm getting an Instacart notification. So I'm like, this live stream was brought to you by Instacart. It wasn't, but I'm just saying that because I'm talking about Instacart. But any other former stoner, what did you have for dinner? I had soup. Okay. Abel, are you going to tell us? No, it's not a real sponsorship. But actually, I am open to receiving that. So I should just say that. Jabari, Bob, I echo that. Cool, Joe. Are there links to your songs? Oh, yeah. Joe, on your page or on your channel, are your songs on your channel, Joe? Abel, my first day at my new studio, and I will be able to take the metro to work. Nice. Congratulations, Abel. That's great. I love it. I love the new energy. It feels like a lot of good new energy from that. Yes. Love it. Well, let us know, Joe. Let us know when you get the songs up. And I don't know if you can post. I don't know how music works like that when you're creating music like that, but let us know. We'd love to support you. I'm still trying to get everything started. You are getting everything started. You're in the process of getting everything started, and it's so exciting. Yay. Right? So that's one thing I always correct, especially my clients on, is that they're like, okay, I'm trying. And like, you're not trying anything. You're in the process. You are getting better. You are doing the thing, whatever it is. You are a musician, like own that. Your self-concept is you are doing this. You are evolving. You are in the process of this. You are becoming whatever it is that you want to be, do, or have. Own it as if you already have it. So just take the word trying out of it, because trying is like, oh, it's outside of me. I don't have that yet. You are it. You are it. You're the best songwriter ever, Joe. Jabari, Lauren, I echo your congratulations too. Abel, I'm excited for you. Yeah. I used to drive an hour and 10 minutes to work. Now I can take the metro around the corner. Nice. Oh, love that. So happy for you. Very good, Abel. Love it. Congratulations. Yay. Yeah, sometimes those commutes are killer. So love that so much. I wonder why it's not showing up here. Stephen Williams. Hey, Lauren. Hey, everyone. Much love from Arizona. Thank you. We received that love, Stephen. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up soon. Anyone else have any other questions or wins they want to celebrate or intentions for the rest of the week that they want to put out there? Let me know. Otherwise, we'll wrap up. And we're going to send Bob a lot of good energy, a lot of good cell phone and DMV energy for that all to get worked out, especially because he's had such a great attitude about it, right? So that's how everything comes to you when you're just not in resistance. So, and Bob, thank you so much for showing up, even though you had the phone drama and helping moderate and keep these streets clean. The next live is Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I live stream every week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and then Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Bob, I appreciate that. It's been stressful, but I'm going with the flow. Yes. Go with the flow. Let the universe take care of it. Sometimes when like everything, like it's just like a series of whatever, I'm just kind of like, you know what, universe, you take care of it. You help me out because I'm just not going to even give my or spend my energy in a way in the form of frustration. And once I started doing that, I'm like, you take care of it. It's like everything would fall into place. Like if I had a client be like, I need to reschedule, the next client would be like, everything would just beautifully. I'm like, I didn't have to do anything. It's really this easy. Yay. Let's see. Put it this way. Bob rules. Bob does rule. The universe is just giving me stuff before the move to test me. I intend to pass. Yeah. I mean, helping you recalibrate. Yeah. Seeing how much you can like let go of resistance, all of the things. Hi, Pierre. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap up. Bob. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Yeah. I'm going to wrap up. It's so nice having you guys here. I love all the love and support you guys show each other and all the wonderful questions that you guys have. And I love all the progress that you're making. I'm so proud of you guys. Yay. Keep staying committed to your evolution and everything that you want to be, do, or have, it's meant for you to have, and you could have it immediately. I'm going to keep saying that because it's true. And I will see you guys Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time for Soothing Sundays. Don't ever be sorry, Bob. Glad I caught yeah. Yeah, no, thank you so much, Bob, for moderating. And I rule too. Thank you, Joe. You rule. Everyone rules, but you do too, Joe. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you so much. And I hope my voice wasn't too bad. I hope it was okay. I love you so much, and I will see you Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific for Soothing Sundays. It's gonna prep our brain and nervous system to have the best week ever. Okay. Love you. I'll see you then. Bye.